I don't know how long I will be able to make videos and get attention. Creating content is not really a career. Video record कर रहा है रूम में बंद करके खुद को, ठीक है, कुछ ना कुछ कर रहा है, तो ये कुछ कर लेगा.
Last year's revenue maybe?
I have never told this to anyone, but
in this podcast session we have with us Ishan Sharma. He is a content creator as well as the founder of MarkitUp. Here we have talked about content creation, MarkitUp, personal life and a lot more things. As with all the podcasts, this will also be a completely value-packed session, so make sure to watch till the end and do not miss any of the parts. The timestamps will be given down below so you can keep a track of it, and make sure to press the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Almost 90% of the people have not subscribed yet, so let's try to drop it down to at least 50% by the next podcast. Now see you up ahead. So let's start with some basic things. Let's first make the audience understand who am I sitting next to. So can you give a small brief journey about how you came into content creation and everything?
बिल्कुल यार. तो I am Ishan. I make content on YouTube and I have a marketing agency called as MarkitUp. I am an author as well. I have a book called as Crush It on LinkedIn. इसके अलावा I also like to share my learnings on Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter. But how I started was that I was in BITS Pilani as a student studying in Goa campus, and in the first semester of my college is when I realized that I need to upskill myself and coding सीखी, उसके बाद digital marketing सीखी. Then I thought of starting my own podcast क्योंकि I wanted to democratize opportunities and awareness for everyone who is in college. जैसे मेरे कॉलेज में एक बंदा था जो कि हार्वर्ड में 6 महीने की इंटर्नशिप के लिए गया था सेकेंड ईयर में. सो आई न्यू दैट इफ़ आई वर टू आस्क एनी रैंडम स्टूडेंट हु इज़ इन कॉलेज कि भाई डू यू थिंक दिस इज़ पॉसिबल, डू यू थिंक जो मैंने बोला वो सही है कि झूठ है, वो बोलेगा तो झूठ, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता, राइट. सो आई थॉट दैट वाई नॉट टॉक टू दिस पर्सन एंड देन स्प्रेड अवेयरनेस अबाउट दीज अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ with everyone out there, ताकि anyone from a tier 3 tier 4 college can learn about it and then execute as well regardless of the college that they are from. So that's how I started 2020 में.
So mainly your focus was to help people out,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So do you do everything still by yourself or do you have a team which does all the back end part of it?
So I used to do everything myself. 2021 तक everything I was doing myself. जो editing थी videos की, thumbnails जो थे, मेरी जो मार्केटिंग एजेंसी थी उसके अंदर सारे जो काम करने होते थे कि वीडियो अपलोड कर रहे हैं क्लाइंट के यूट्यूब चैनल पर या फिर सारी जो चीज़ें कर रहे हैं, मीटिंग कर रहे हैं सारी, तो आई शुड डू दैट माई सेल्फ, राइट. बट दैट इज़ व्हेन आई रियलाइज दैट इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू बिल्ड अ बिजनेस एंड नॉट just keep it as a hobby kind of a thing, right? So I thought ki I need to hire people and I need to get people who are great at doing their work so that I can do what I am best at, which is marketing and just creating content and sharing my learning.
ये मैंने इसके लिए पूछा क्योंकि most people think that right from day one they need to have a huge team. They need to मुझे marketing नहीं आती, मैं किसी और को दे दूँगा. This is the mentality that most people have.
Right.
And with you I've seen that you used to do everything by yourself first.
Yes.
And then you started allocating resources.
It is very important to do everything yourself because starting में क्या होता है, कोई भी आपके पास होता नहीं है and you need to build that work ethic कि ठीक है अगर कोई भी नहीं हो तो मैं कर लूँगा, राइट. जैसे आज भी आई शॉट द वीडियो, आज के लिए कोई वीडियो नहीं थी यूट्यूब पर डालने के लिए, सो आई वॉज ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग कि क्या वीडियो डालूँ, तो मेरे को एकदम से आइडिया आया ये वाला कि एक वीडियो बनाते हैं. सो आई शॉट इट, आई एडिटेड इट माई सेल्फ एंड अभी अब अपलोड कर दिया है एंड थंबनेल बन जाएगा उसका, इट विल बी अपलोडेड, इट विल मेड लाइव, राइट. सब कुछ खुद करना आना चाहिए बिकॉज दैट इज़ व्हेन यू विल बी इंडिपेंडेंट, वरना यू विल ऑलवेज बी डिपेंडेंट कि अच्छा ये बंदा होगा तो मैं कुछ करूँगा, ये अगर मेरे पास होगा या एडिटर होगा या फिर थंबनेल डिज़ाइनर होगा तब मैं अपना चैनल स्टार्ट करूँगा. दैट शुड नॉट बी
just start right off basically. Another thing is I've seen your content, I've seen what you upload on YouTube. Do you have any plans of starting your own podcast channel apart from the one that you're running on your own channel?
Yeah, I want to do that, but again I am thinking of getting a bigger space, right? So for example, as I told you that we are shifting to a better place for MarkitUp and for myself, so either that will be in some place in Gurgaon या फिर Bangalore. तो यहाँ पर आकर के I'll be having a proper 4 BHK to myself. That is when I can have one room dedicated to like a podcast setup, studio setup. तो वो करूँगा and then I'll properly launch it. Like अभी I do a lot of podcasts, but I've never named it कि अच्छा ये है ईशान शर्मा शो या whatever, right? So that is the problem with it. I will do it. It's just going to take me some time. तो 2-3 महीने में we will be launching like a proper पॉडकास्ट जो कि Spotify पे भी होगा हर जगह.
Chalo, waiting for it then. And apart from that, like, let's shift from content creation to your life. Tell me, who has had the most amount of influence on your life? Because for me, it has been my mom. So who is that person for you?
Most amount of influence.
Yeah.
Well, family mein obviously parents are a big influence. I see my mom, I see my father struggling a lot, making sure that they can get me into the best schools and whatever I wanted, they could get me that. So they work very hard for that. That is always there. Uske alawa, if you look at people in my own domain, I was very much motivated by Aman Dhattarwal. I was motivated by Yes Theory people and other creators as well in the domain of self-development and everything. Uske alawa, who else? I think I was motivated by Elon Musk as well at that point. Like there's always a phase of a teenager, right? वो जब 11-12 में होता है वो पूरे दिन Les Brown वो सारे Jim Rohn सुनता रहता है, motivation guru. Yeah, exactly. Gary Vee is also a big motivation for me. So yeah, but I realized that I should stop consuming their content and start trying to find my own voice. वरना you'll just become another version of that person, right? तो जैसे मेरे को बहुत सारे messages आया करते थे पहले कि you are छोटा अमन धतरवाल, you look like सस्ता beer biceps, and that is when I realized that that can actually be true. But that is when I started my journey of finding my own voice, right? And that is when you become different from everyone else. So you start getting inspired by other people to start your journey, but then you find your own voice. So that's how it should be.
So basically originality will always win in this not even content creation space, but in life in general.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is something that others are not doing that you can bring to the picture and that people can get value from. So for example, everyone in YouTube India talks about, you know, how to make money, 5 side hustles or things like that, like passive income, everything.
Keyword actually.
Yeah, exactly. So I today made a video on consulting, like how can you become a consultant and work with companies around the world, sharing my own journey of working with companies in MarkitUp, right? So we recently started working in the consulting basis. So per hour basis, we would be working with companies, we'll be advising them how to grow. So normally we do like a done for you program in which we grow their YouTube channel. We do everything ourselves. Editing भी हम ही कर रहे हैं, strategy भी हम बना रहे हैं. इसके अंदर we'll just give them the strategy, they will do it themselves. So I was like, no one is making a video on this. It's just such a lucrative field, right? Like I literally got paid 15,000 rupees for an hour, right, at MarkitUp. So I thought I need to talk about this. So I just made the video.
I think Paddy Galloway.
Exactly. I talked about him as well. So Paddy Galloway is one YouTube creator who works with brands as well as creators, and he consults them for how can they grow on YouTube and create an engaging following. So people like him. There are AI consultants, there are developer consultants, there are design consultants as well. So I wanted to explore this field for my audience कि आप इसमें कैसे enter कर सकते हो, इसमें कैसे client ला सकते हो अपने लिए, and that was the video.
Amazing. And apart from this, so let's jump back to we are going into the content creation space again and again. So let's jump back to your life. Behind every successful man, there is always a woman.
Right.
So who is that woman figure in your life? Be it a friend, be it someone else, not from your family but someone else.
It has to be my mom. Right?
Really?
Yeah, because
but apart from your family,
no one else.
No one else. No friend.
No, I mean you're talking about a woman figure, right?
Yeah.
It has to be my mom.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So every single day in the starting when I was shooting videos, I did not have a tripod like we do right now. So my mom used to hold the camera while I was shooting. मेरे पास एक फ़ोन था 2016 में लिया था, Moto G second generation करके कुछ था. So she used to hold the phone while I used to speak. I was not the best at speaking at that time, so I used to stammer a lot. But she was patient with me and she waited for me to, you know, make the whole video and then keep doing that over and over and over again. Right, and I was in Mumbai, so you know the Mumbai humidity, right? ऐसे पूरा पसीना आता रहता है. You're recording the video, पंखा नहीं चला सकते, AC नहीं करता, AC वाला silent वाला था नहीं हमारे घर पे. So I think I owe it to her.
Amazing. So apart from this, I wanted to ask you about MarkitUp. So we've talked about MarkitUp before recording the podcast as well. Can you give us an estimate of how big MarkitUp is at this point? Because I've seen your YouTube videos. I think you've put in a detailed information about it. But still, can you give the viewers a context?
Right, so MarkitUp is a 25 people agency, completely remote. We have about 8 people who are working with us full time. The others are working on a freelance basis, but they have been working with us for the last 1 or 2 years that we have been functional. I have my co-founder who is Saransh, who is my college roommate, and we work with companies, help them grow organically on social media. What else? We have about 12 companies that we are working with currently, and that majorly includes edtech or fintech brands. And yeah, that's a bit about.
Which is the biggest company or brand that you're working with?
The biggest is 5paisa. So 5paisa is a discount broker in India, and in competition with Upstocks, Grow, Zerodha. Right, so it is a brand owned by IFL, which is like another big financial company.
Yeah.
So that is a big company. They have their own stock as well, listed entity. So it's a $10 billion company.
Yeah, and you manage their social media page.
Yes, we basically manage their YouTube. Yes.
So amazing. And what is the revenue like? I think you've shared it already, but just for the context of the viewer.
Yeah, the revenue keeps changing because it's not a SaaS product that I can give you like a MRR.
No, of
right?
course. But last year's revenue maybe?
It was about 1.5 CR.
1.5 CR.
Yes.
But many people get this wrong, that they think the revenue is going to be the profit.
No, that is the big problem. So first of all, we have the people that we work with, we have to pay them for the first thing, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, we have to take care of the softwares that we purchased. Thirdly, we have to pay the taxes. Fourthly, we have to make sure that once all of this is done, we start paying out profits that we do, right? So all of those things are there.
Which are the major softwares that you use currently for managing your agency?
Yeah, I think there are too many. Obviously, first thing is the Google Suite that we have purchased. Loom is there, then there is Notion, then there is Calendly, then there is many more. SaaS
products basically.
Yeah. These are basic SaaS products that we use.
And what would be around the profit margin for the agency right now? For the last year maybe?
40 to 50% is what
40 to 50%. That's quite good actually, because in the agency business I've seen agencies having like 20 to 30% margin, especially when they scale up. So
yeah, I think that will happen when you scale, right? But what we did is that we were able to identify this niche for YouTube management and YouTube growth, organic growth, which is something that not a lot of companies do. They say कि ठीक है हम भी कर लेंगे channel manage आपका and all that, but it's not. They don't have the growth to show. Basically, they don't have proof that they've grown channels. When we work with clients, they can see the growth that we have for the clients that we work with. So
not only for the clients, I think you can even see your YouTube channel and see how well you've done for the last few years. Okay, apart from this, so do you ever worry that, because this happens with me most of the times, because I'm a content creator, most of my businesses that I get are through the content that I'm making, are through my personal brand. What if one day, say, I stop making content? I'll take a hit on my revenue as well. So do you ever worry that maybe if I stop making content, I'm not able to make content on YouTube, Instagram, wherever, because all of these things are very much tied down, all of my income or all of my income sources would be targeted as well. Yeah,
that is why it is said that creating content is not really a career, it's more of an opportunity that you have to either go into creating a product, creating a agency company, like be a biceps, like what I did, right? Or you can go into becoming a politician, or you can go whatever, right? Basically, you have the trust of people. You can do whatever you want with that trust. You can help them, serve them better. So I think that is what people should always think about it as. I don't know how long I will be able to make videos and get attention, but while I can, I should try my best.
Monetize it and get basically build some business out of it.
Yes.
Okay.
And provide values that people remember the impact.
Yeah, have impact on people's lives.
Exactly.
The first reason why you started your YouTube channel or any content creation for that matter was to help out people. So I think that is still there, and I can see that on your content as well. So kudos to you. Apart from that, what have been the most memorable or maybe learning parts for you in your life, the lowest points in your life maybe? What have been those points? Can you describe them?
Sure. So I think the first one was obviously when I was not able to pitch the hackathon product that I created. So basically it was a hackathon at my college. I built something. I was not able to pitch it to the judge what I created, and that is what made me start my podcast and start making videos on YouTube, because I wanted that confidence that was lacking previously. So that is the first thing. Secondly, I've never told this to anyone, but November 2021 I went on my first trip on my own, like a solo trip to Delhi, to meet my friend Yash, Garg and other people as well. But after that trip, when I came back, I got fits, and something happened. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was too exhausted. Because of some reason, I got those fits and I was just not able to walk properly for about a week. And because of that, I realized that I've been doing everything myself and not paying attention to my health. Right? I used to wake up in the morning, record a video for a client that I had called Able Jobs for their YouTube channel, shoot a video for my own YouTube channel, then do some meetings with brands, then work on growing MarkitUp, and then by 6 o'clock in the night do a call, do an academy session in which I would teach students about programming. So it was a very hectic schedule, and it really caught me when I came back from Delhi because of my all-nighters, because of not paying attention to what I was eating. I was not even working out. It just came back at me, and I had to start outsourcing the work that I was doing myself. So that's how I learned about it.
In fact, the major reason for me to come to Bangalore right now, and this was, by the way, this was not scheduled at all, right? I just came to Bangalore, I contacted you, and we met up. The major reason was to take a break. And to be honest, I can totally relate to what you went through. But yeah, that has been one of my lowest points as well. I think overburdening ourselves, following that hustle culture, just keep on hustling, keep on doing everything by yourself, trying to keep that 5-10% profit margin, not outsourcing the work, maybe affects in the long term, which is not that good.
Right. That is the reason why MarkitUp never makes money on video edits that we do for clients. Right, we make money on the strategy part that we have, because that is what is special about us, right? The direction that we can put a client towards. Editing to koi bhi kar lega, right? There are tons of editing companies opening up left and right, but the strategy part is what is more important. So that's what we focus on more.
So what are your future plans now? I know you're doing really well, especially with the agency, even with your content right now. So what are your future plans? Can you maybe tell us about that?
Future plans to kuch bhi nahi yaar. I'm launching an AI tool which will be coming out this week. So that is one thing that I'm excited about. Secondly, I am having a book called as Unicorn Secret, which will be launching on the 15th of August. By a very interesting publisher. So that is an exciting project that I've been working on for the past 1.5 years. Uske alawa, that's it. Podcast is coming up once I get a proper space to make my studio, and that's about it.
Yeah, parents से ऐसे कोई pressure नहीं आता कि ईशान अभी इतने बड़े हो गए हो, अभी ये करो वो करो, no pressure?
नहीं यार, they are happy with my growth, and that is the best thing that they can do to support me. It wasn't like that before, right? When I was in 2020, they were very skeptical of what I was doing.
Maybe that's because of concern.
Yeah, I mean, it was valid, right? मतलब कौन ही बच्चा, कौन ही माता पिता अपने बच्चे को देखेंगे ये क्या करता था पूरे दिन बैठ करके लैपटॉप में कुछ कर रहा है, वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है, रूम में बंद करे खुद को. So that was a important and concern. What I did was that I made sure that they observe me over 2 years, and they can see कि ठीक है कुछ ना कुछ कर रहा है तो ये कुछ कर लेगा कुछ, right? So they just want to make sure that you are dedicated to what you're doing, right? And that it is an in-demand field for you to be working in, right? So abba nahi manenge wali jo cheez hai, that will only be true if you are not able to pitch it to them. For example, Ritesh Agarwal was talking about this in a podcast, that the most important thing you can do as a entrepreneur or as a business creator is to sell the idea of you doing the business to your parents, and if you can convince them, then only you can be sure that you can convince everyone other people as well. So I think that is important.
I think I had seen that podcast and that was
Yes,
pretty good.
Raj Shamani's podcast.
Yes. Shout out to Raj Shamani.
Yes.
So apart from this, I have a few more questions, and this is something that we do on all the podcast sessions that I have. 2 questions that you would like to ask me, and here we switch the rules.
Ali, I would like to ask you.
सोच के बताओ, मैंने तो बहुत सोच के ये सब questions पूछे.
अच्छा. I would like to ask you, what is your long-term vision, and does creating content align with it?
So my long-term vision is to be able to learn as many things as possible. I'm very much inspired by Tim Ferriss, so the 4-hour work week author. And what he has done is basically take up like small vacations, like mini vacations, mini retirements, 6 months or 1 year, and try to take up a skill and be the best at it.
Right.
For example, martial arts ho gaya, acting ho gayi, anything, right? Anything that interests him. And to be honest, that suits very well with my personality, because I'm the kind of person who will jump from one thing to another. I can be focused, but then not for a very long time. Like if you tell me कि भाई 10 साल तक यही काम करना है, I might not be able to do it. So that is something that I want to do, and the reason why I'm doing content creation at this point is because I want to be the best at content creation, understand how it works, understand how it is like. And with content creation, you know, like you get fame, you get the kind of connections and networks that you might not be able to make anywhere else.
Right.
So with those networks, with those connections, for example, now I'm connected with you.
Right.
Now I can learn a lot of things which probably many of the other people might not be able to. Because I'm directly connected with you, I can probably ask you certain questions that I have and probably ace the game and have that advantage that others might not.
Right.
So that is something that I want to build, a network wherein I can learn skills from different people, different experts, and yeah, that's probably my plan for the next
Awesome.
years.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm really happy now.
Great.
So that was your second question.
That
Am I
was-
happy?
yeah.
So I will give you a detailed answer for it. I am satisfied, I would say. I don't know if that counts as being happy or not.
Satisfied नहीं होना चाहिए.
I don't know, but I am satisfied now at where I am. So yeah, that's probably. What about you? Are you happy with what you're doing now?
I am happy, but I'm always looking for more growth.
So you're not satisfied, but you're happy.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the key difference between us then. I think I'm quite satisfied, but I am not happy with certain things in my life. But yeah, that's probably it.
क्या बीटी चल रही है?
बीटी तो बहुत चल रही है सर. आपको कभी और बताएंगे. Okay, so I think that's it for this session. Last thing that I want to ask is any 2 people that you would want to recommend coming on this podcast, and yeah, whom do you think would be best suited over here?
Oh, I think you should get Ansh Mehra.
Ansh Mehra.
Yes, to learn about design and psychology and other things.
Yeah.
And another person you should get Ganesh from King School.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.